Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nurul Asna binti Samsu Asman and our group member is Faiz, Yana and Anis. We'll make a role play based on our scenario about face negation theory. Let's watch.
Yes, come in.
Yes, boss. You calling me?
Okay, Mr. Gideon, have a seat.
Thank you.
Okay, based on what I see,
Okay.
I see you have improved your performance and you're able to help company to reach higher profit for the last year.
Oh,
Okay,
thank you.
so I would like to send you to Hangzhou, China.
Why? Is it for holiday?
Holiday? No, it's not for holiday. But I want you to complete our mission to help company to achieve more and higher profit
Oh no, man.
to China. Accept this,
Why me?
because I see your performance.
Why always me?
Because you're good in our company. Yeah, I can't understand.
But actually, I do not understand the. I do not understand the culture and the language of China.
Oh, it's okay. You can. You have to adapt first, okay?
Okay, I
This
will
is
try my best.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, welcome.
Good luck. I want to see your performance and you help our company to achieve.
Sweet dreams, I gotta go now. I gotta get up, keep on trying. I gotta go find my own way. Gotta find the treasure inside me.
Attention.
Okay, good. What is this? What are you doing? This is your work?
我会觉得他们1、2、3、4、5去吧，1、2、3、4、5要去吧。就有什么你就是我不认识。
Sorry.
Without you, without you now, without you, without you, no, without you now. Or am I better off without you?
楼上，你这个显然很贵，便宜点。
Ni cuma saya ni.
漂亮。
Ini gede.
我是吗？好的，美珍也信。
Ninten, Zotan.
Okay. Hi, Assalamualaikum. So our group choose face negation theory. So my name is Nurul Asna binti Samsu Asman, numeric number 256543. And my friends is Nur Syadiana bin Jamil, Nur Anis binti Ros Hakimi, and Muhammad Faiz bin Masri. So right now I will talk about introduce. So faith is clearly important feature of life, a metaphor of self-image that pervades all aspects of social life. Face negation theory is based on underlying assumption that regardless their culture and people are concerned with saving face. This theory was introduced by Stella Ting Tommy in 1985, a professor of human communication at California State. The theory assumes that such conflict happen when the face is damaged, bargained, or treated over on both emotional and cognitive level. The theory places special emphasis upon the different viewpoint of members of collectivist and individualistic culture.
The main element in this scenario first is Mr. Griffith made a major mistake by not studying the Chinese language first before being sent to Hangzhou, China to complete the mission of his company. Because of that, Mr. Griffith had experienced a major problem that he realized interpretation only while meeting with a friend and comprising the Chinese. This has led to Mr. Griffin incentive to comment on his language because English is not spoken at all in the meeting. Chinese country is a country that very concerned with their culture and language. All the daily activity or affair involve their own language and they do not become English as a mediation language. Second, this phase negotiation theory is closely related to the situation of people who is faced with another ethnic culture. China is a country that very concerned about the passion and expression of the face in a relationship or occupation. An individual cannot characterize or lose passion with any Chinese staff or college in the public domain. This is because the Chinese community think the loss of face is one very humiliating to them. The theory creates a common culture framework for examining work negotiation. In this theory, the face is for the self-image, which comes from the two concepts, Chinese Lin and Mianzi. Lin is an internal moral face involving shame, integrity, arguing, and respect. Meanwhile, Mingzu is an internal social face involving recognition, position, power, influence, and social power.
In our daily life, communication is very important and becomes the basic element of community life. Communication is process whereby people send and receive information and share ideas and their feelings. Today, first we want to look to communication concept. First is sender. Sender is the person who considers the idea that he intends to convey it to others, and the person who initiates the conversation on an issue in his group. So, sources are also known as senders. Actually, the sender can be an individual, a group, and can also be an organization. Next, we move to the message. The meaning of message is the message is the meaning contained in the specific symbols used in the presentation. It contains information and feelings that you want to share between the sender and the recipient. Messages are in spoken and non-verbal form, resulting from encoding and decoding. After that, we move to the channel. Channel refers to either a device or intermediary capable of delivering message from source to recipient. Channel selection in communication plays an important role as it contributes to the clarity and accuracy of communication information. Lastly, we move to the receiver. Receiver is also a part of communication process. In communication between people, the receiver is an important party. As a receiver, the features available to the source should be owned. These characteristics need to be parallel so that communication becomes more effective. Next, we move to the potential theory concept related to the scenario. First, we look to the face, the public self-image that each member in society claims for themselves based on cultural norms and values. Response to conflict in different societies will be formed as a result of cultural differences in society. In this scenario, we look that Mr. Griffith had a cultural shock as he was pulled out from his usual English way of living and thinking. The most critical aspect for him was the fact to understand the hardworking personality and moreover the concept of faith. Next, we move to the self-concept. The perceived or actual conflicts of rotation around the three issues that arise as a result of differences in conflict are content, relationship, and identities. People have self-face that is only known by himself or herself and another face that is known to the world, also known as personality. In this situation or scenario, we look at the educational level. Mr. Griffith made the great mistake of not learning Chinese and understanding their culture beforehand. In fact, you should never criticize or lose your temper with Chinese staff or colleagues in public in China. Next, we move to low contact societies. The low contact society is the core of a low contact society. Is the belief in the freedom of the individual, hence the term individualistic societies. Mr. Griffith came from an English style background, had lived and worked in company Hello in Liverpool for more than 7 years. We can look that some Westerners have problems to working with Chinese college. In these societies, individual rights supersede blind duty to one's family, clan, ethnic group, or nation. Conflicts are seen as a natural part of life. They are simply dealt with and then people move on. Next, we move to the high contact societies. These high contact cultures are hierarchical and traditional societies in which the concepts of shame and honor are much more important than they are in low contact societies. People in these cultures dislike direct confrontation and for the most of part avoid expressing a clear no. There is a danger of losing face simply by not reaching an agreement with another person or group, if that was the goal. In this situation, we looked at Chinese staff, and in this scenario, we looked at Chinese staff in company Hello at Hausa have the high contact societies culture. Thank you.
Relevant theory that related to the scenario. According to Yasser's 2016, Stella Tinter may explain that in face negotiation there are cultures that provide a larger frame of interpretation. Face and conflict styles can be expressed and maintain it. Face is also known as a metaphor for the person's self-image, which is cover all the social life aspects. The relevant space negotiation theory towards the scenario is first, the relevance of this space negotiation theory is this theory helps Mr. Griffith to understand the Chinese culture and its belief and also the values. Secondly, it makes Mr. Griffith learn something new before he works with Chinese people and live in the culture. Third, it gives a base to work with to help manage conflict between two different countries where after Mr. Griffith able to learn the Chinese culture and their language, they are able to be friends and they are able to communicate well and cooperation in their teamwork.
So, for conclusion is, this theory explains how population or specific culture or subculture respond to conflict. Specifically relate to how people present themselves differently to others when dealing with interpersonal conflict. To sum up, face is important before presenting yourself to another individual. You can also read their face as well. So this is our presentation about face negation theory. Thank you.